Hey guys, how's it going? Today we have a little bit of a different type of video. Today I kind of want to go over, is it really worth keeping the amount of animals that I do, and what does it take to even own these animals? Stick around and find out. So my collection is now at the largest it's ever been. I have a little over 20 tortoises. I got a couple of geckos. I have frog. I have a skink. I have a bearded dragon. I have many species of isopods and a couple other things here and there. And it takes a lot to take care of a lot of these animals. For one, the biggest thing is I need a ton of space to take care of these animals. In fact, my girlfriend and I just bought our first house back in May, and I have to keep all our animals in the basement because we simply couldn't fit them anywhere else in the house without making the house look like we're weird hoarders. Sorry if you hear my dog barking, he just barks at everything, so might have to deal with that. So yes, space is a huge factor when it comes to keeping these reptiles, especially tortoises, because people don't realize this. Tortoise needs a lot of space, more than your ball python, more than your bearded dragon. They need an immense amount of space, or else they can get overweight. This can happen with other reptiles too, but you know, with tortoises, you know, you gotta make sure you got everything set up for them. They need to escape different areas. Many people cohabitate tortoise just as like I do. I don't intermix species, but I do keep multiple of the same species together, and they need to have ample space to escape each other's as well. Another downside is the actual cost to keep these animals alive. My tortoises need UVB lighting, they need heat, they need caging, they need food, and all that costs a lot of money. People don't realize it, but tortoises, you feed them a lot more than you feed your ball python that might feed once a week, or your hognose snakes, or different other reptiles. I have to feed the tortoises almost every single day. So if I don't have any weed growth outside or natural grasses that they could eat, I actually have to go to the store and buy greens for them, or I can grow my own food. But again, it takes time to do that. So at some point throughout the year, I'm also spending actual money on the tortoises itself, whether it comes to their lighting. I have to switch out their UVB bulbs every couple of months, as well as their food. So it all adds up to becoming a lot, and tortoises already typically have a higher price point than most other animals, as well as their caging costs a lot more as well. Another downside is tortoises need to be constantly cleaned. And I'm talking about tortoises, as soon as you change out their water, they're gonna go into that water and they're gonna poop all over the place. And I have to consistently be cleaning it every single day. Sometimes in cases, I have to clean it multiple times a day. It's not ideal, and it takes a lot of work, and there's a possibility of transmission of diseases, not only to yourself, but to other animals as well. So you gotta keep everything sterile, and you gotta consistently be cleaning stuff all the time. It takes an immense amount of responsibility. I have to do it every single day in conjunction with the stuff I already have to do. It is not easy. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of time out of my day. You know, and with taking time out of my day, that takes out of my social life. Obviously, during college, it was a lot easier to do things because I only had like 1 or 2, maybe 3 animals during my college career. So I could just do my stuff real quick, go on my merry way, and go out and party with all my friends. This isn't the case anymore. I'm a grown adult now. I have responsibilities. I have a full-time job, and this is a second full-time job in itself. Consistently having to keep up with different things such as spraying, cleaning, feeding, doing health checks. It takes an immense amount of dedication and time. And basically it has destroyed my social life. If I did not have these animals, I could be out making friends way more than I have right now as well. So each and every day, there is a different worry I have to worry about, you know? Is it gonna be too cold some days where I have to keep a space heater on all night? What if the power goes out? What if it gets too hot during the day? What if these animals get sick? I have to have a backup plan for every single little thing. This hobby, we say it takes time, it takes money, and it's extremely stressful, but at the end of the day, it is all 100% worth it. So you're not saying, Sam, how is this worth it? You just told me literally all the things we don't want to happen in our lives. We don't want to spend all our money, not have a social life, spending money that you don't even have, all this other stuff, taking up space you don't have. Why is it worth it? Well, it's just, it's something you literally cannot explain. But, you know, walking into your reptile room and just seeing your animals out and about, being lively, just doing their thing, it just brings a satisfaction that I literally cannot put into words. I don't know how to explain it. But for those of you who know what it is, you'll understand. It's just doing this and being able to have these animals, some of which for me are critically endangered animals that no one could maybe even think about getting right now. I have some animals that are so rare and few people have. It's almost kind of like, not to say like they're an accommodation or something, but it's almost like a flex to say like, yeah, I have a freaking Gila monster, man. Like, do you have a venomous lizard? No, probably not. But I don't think of it like that. I think of it more as, this is an opportunity for me to learn. I've met some great people in this community as well, which has been amazing. Talking to people who have a wealth of knowledge and helping me, giving me advice, and even sending me stuff too, knowing that I can repay the price or I can give back one day to the community itself. That is what makes it worth it. The animals, it's truly, I cannot describe it, but once you're in it and you understand how amazing it is, it's something you'll never want to do or take back out of your life. So this is going for all of maybe the new keepers out there that are feeling kind of burnt out, or maybe people who have been doing this for years that are burnt out. You got to remember some things. If you are getting burnt out, the reason for that is possibly you have way too many animals. It's okay to get rid of some of your animals to focus on the ones that really made you love this in the first place. Right now, I'm just about at the peak of animals that I think I can hold successfully without going crazy, and I love where I am right now. It does take time, it takes a lot of money, and a lot of other sacrifices, but where I am right now, I'm completely content with what I have, and you gotta remember that too. You started this for a reason, so you gotta make sure you're doing it for that same reason, not going above and beyond getting 30,000 ball pythons so you could be the next ball python breeder who makes this new Frappuccino gene. No, why don't you focus on something that really made you enjoy it in the first place, and that's what makes you continue to love it. Or you can even think about getting into the conservation side of things. I'm telling you guys right now, the tortoise community is a lot different than any other of the reptile communities. And I know every part of the reptile community will say this about the retic community, ball python, hognose community, bearded dragon community. But the tortoise community is really the right place you should be. There is so many good people, and there is so many good opportunities to help these animals, which are, fun fact, make up a huge percent of conservation and critically endangered animals. About, I think it was 50 or 60% of turtles and tortoises are threatened of extinction. That is insane. You have the opportunity to change that. So I hope you guys learned a little something about my standpoint and what it is keeping these animals. And this isn't to persuade people away. This is to educate them on why you should or shouldn't do this. And there is plenty of opportunities for each person to go ahead and do this. So if you learn something from this, learn why you want to do something and then follow through with that, but don't go overboard with it. And it's okay, actually, if you do go overboard. Everybody's done it. Everybody's gone overboard and taken in more than they can handle. But you gotta stay on track with what you always wanted to do. And that's exactly where I am at right now. So I'm happy where I am, and I'm gonna continue to learn things and improve and make better choices when it comes to keeping these animals. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week.